All right, let's dive into the incredible story of how audiobooks went from this, quiet little corner of the library to an absolute global entertainment giant. We're going to break down how this industry got so huge, who's listening, and what the future sounds like, especially with AI stepping into the recording booth. First things first, let's just talk about the money. By 2032, the global audiobook market is projected to be worth a staggering $39.1 billion. I mean, just to put that into perspective, that is more than the entire global music publishing industry was worth last year. This isn't just growth, it's a flat-out explosion. And what's fueling that massive number? Well, it's a compound annual growth rate of over 25%. This means the market isn't just growing, it's actually accelerating at this incredible pace, year after year after year. So what we're really looking at is a full-blown content gold rush. It's completely reshaping publishing, entertainment, and frankly, how we all consume stories. But, it didn't just happen overnight. To really get how this boom happened, we've got to rewind the tape. And I mean that literally. The story of the audiobook is really a story about technology and how every single innovation made listening easier, more accessible, and way more compelling. Yeah, the journey that put an entire library right in your pocket, it's been unfolding for nearly 100 years. Let's take a quick look at the key moments that made it all possible. Every single step on this timeline was a total game changer. Vinyl introduced the whole idea, but it was cassette tapes that made it portable. Then CDs came along and brought this amazing sound quality, which turned narrators into real performers. And then, boom, digital and streaming just tore down all the barriers, giving us instant access to any book, anywhere. It was this evolution that really set the stage for the crazy growth we're seeing today. So who exactly is driving this multi-billion-dollar industry? The answer might actually surprise you. Let's break down who the modern listener really is. Okay, just look at these numbers for a second. Almost half of all listeners are under the age of 35. This is not your grandparents' book club, right? This growth is being powered by millennials and Gen Z, a generation that just expects content to be available anywhere, anytime. For a lot of them, it's a welcome break from screen time. It's personal, it's portable, and it just fits their lifestyle perfectly. So what are they listening to? Well, it is all about escapism. Fiction is king, followed very closely by genres that just pull you into another world, like mystery and sci-fi. I guess in a world of constant pings and notifications, it seems like we're all just looking for a good story to get lost in. But here's the real magic of audiobooks. It's how they weave into our lives. A massive 73% of people listen while commuting. They're turning chores, workouts, and even the workday itself into a chance for entertainment. Audiobooks don't demand your eyes, you see. They slide perfectly into all that dead time in our busy lives, transforming these mundane moments into can't-miss chapters of a great book. This quote right here gets to the very heart of what makes modern audiobooks so addictive. It's not just somebody reading a book to you, it's a performance. The best narrators are actors, and they create this immersive, cinematic experience just for your ears. It stops being just a book, it becomes a show. And that powerful, performance-driven experience, well, it's not just a phenomenon in one country. The appetite for audio stories is absolutely global, and the growth we're seeing is happening all over the world. Okay, so here you can see the two sides of this global story. On one hand, you have the US. It's a mature billion-dollar market and its growth is steady. But then, look at India. It's an emerging powerhouse, fueled by smartphones everywhere and this huge demand for content in regional languages. Its market is projected to more than triple in just a few years. This really is a worldwide content revolution. All right, now let's look ahead. Let's talk about the most transformative and maybe the most controversial force on the horizon: artificial intelligence. This is the big one. It's the question everyone in the industry is asking. But the answer that's starting to take shape is way more complicated than a simple yes or no. It doesn't seem to be about replacement. It's shaping up to be about expansion. And this isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Right now, there are over 40,000 AI-narrated audiobooks available on Audible alone. And they're clearly labeled with a virtual voice badge, which signals a whole new era of production is dawning. So, what's the strategy here? AI isn't coming for the next Stephen King bestseller. Its main role is to unlock what they call the long tail, that massive back catalog of books, super niche titles, academic texts, all the stuff that just wasn't economically viable to produce with a human narrator. It's about giving a voice to stories that would have otherwise stayed silent.
Now, as this technology rolls out, the industry is trying to be careful to build a framework that's based on trust. They're calling this approach responsible AI, and it's really built on a few core ideas.
These three pillars are basically the essential guardrails. First up, consent. This is huge. An artist's voice can only be replicated if they give explicit permission. No funny business. Second, transparency. The listener always has to know if they're hearing a human or a virtual voice. And third, ethics. This means making sure the AI is trained on data that's legally and morally sound, with a human always in the loop for quality control.
So when you put all that together, the vision for AI starts to become really clear. It's not a threat. It's a tool. It's a tool that can help create audio versions of more books way faster and more affordably than ever before. It could even translate them into multiple languages, making stories and knowledge more accessible to everyone on the planet.
Look, this whole evolution is far from over. We are entering this fascinating new chapter where human performance and artificial intelligence are going to coexist. So the real question isn't whether one will replace the other. It's how is this powerful combination going to redefine the very sound of storytelling for generations to come?